better settlement to education. That meant that the cut was much steeper for other parts of the budget. Wales and Scotland have faced the same choice today, and in fact they had rather less room for manoeuvre because, as you've been hearing, health and education plays a much bigger part in their budgets. It was interesting to see that Wales in effect decided not to protect things, to even out the pain so that things were a bit easier for unprotected departments. Scotland's going another way. They're talking about protecting health and talking about efficiency cuts, but they're also saying that they're just going to give the budget for next year. They're leaving a lot of the difficult decisions for years to come. In that sense, they are just moving it down into the future.
Stephanie Flanders, thank you very much. Scientists have discovered a new technique which could help millions of people who struggle to keep their high blood pressure under control. A short blast of radio waves to the kidneys can substantially reduce blood pressure, according to initial tests. Our medical correspondent Fergus Walsh explains.
High blood pressure is often called the silent killer because it greatly increases the risk of heart disease and stroke, and yet many of us don't realise we have it. In the UK, nearly 1 in 3 adults has high blood pressure. 1 in 2 patients in treatment don't achieve good control. This device offers a radical new approach by zapping the kidneys with radio waves. In a trial of 100 patients reported in the Lancet journal, half had a tube inserted into their renal artery. The device was placed next to nerves leading to the kidney and delivered a burst of radio frequency energy. This knocked out the nerves, which play a key role in blood pressure control, and stopped the nerves from sending signals to the brain. Now, most of those who had the treatment achieved substantial reductions in blood pressure, so cutting their risk of cardiovascular disease. Those involved in the trial believe it has the potential to save thousands of lives a year.
We very rarely expect to see big drops in blood pressure, more than 10 millimetres of mercury, with further changes in medication. So to be able to drop somebody's blood pressure by this much as a result of a relatively simple, quick procedure is of, I think, groundbreaking importance.
Fred Quattramini simply could not keep his blood pressure under control, but after having the kidney procedure, it's substantially lower, and he dreams of one day coming off medication.
Tablets wouldn't take it down, so I went for the operation, which to me has worked wonders, and hopefully no more tablets.
Fred is trying to keep fit, another key to lowering blood pressure. Much bigger trials are needed to show whether the kidney treatment is effective. But if successful, it could become another key tool in fighting cardiovascular disease. Fergus Walsh, BBC News.
Let's have a look at the weather now with Susan Powell. Hello.
Evening, Sophie. I think we've seen enough about what the weather did to Cornwall earlier on in the programme today. These are our rainfall totals. We actually saw about 2 inches, 50 millimetres of rain in some parts of the southwest of England and Wales earlier on today. Perhaps not that remarkable, those totals in themselves, but falling onto saturated ground, we've seen the effects. This was the band of rain that brought that heavy rain. Now pushing away eastwards, it's starting to fizzle out. But we have another band coming into the west, and so the Met Office have issued an early warning for more heavy rain, pushing into Northern Ireland this time, bringing perhaps some of the heaviest downpours here, up to 60 millimetres, over 2 inches. But notice also the showers head into Wales and the southwest of England again. Not such great totals, I think, overnight tonight, but we're not going to need much more rain to cause some pretty big problems. Further east, a quieter story. Let's start the look at our morning tomorrow then in Northern Ireland. The red triangle there, a reminder for you of us watching for that heavy rainfall across Northern Ireland. Strong winds as well, though, gusting 50 miles an hour. A rough start to the day. Showers for Wales and the southwest could be heavy at times as well. Pretty breezy here, and as I said, it's not going to take much more rainfall for us to have problems with flooding. For the southeast of England and East Anglia, some cloud around during the morning, but I think many easternmost counties starting largely dry, but some more rain waiting in the wings to come drifting across as the morning goes on. A quieter story to the east of the Pennines. Towards the west, though, some heavier rain starting to show its hand, pushing into Cumbria and the southwest of Scotland. As we go through Thursday morning, some wintry flurries across the Highlands. Things towards the east of the UK are comparatively quiet on Thursday, but towards the west, that heavy rain will push its way eventually into the southwest of Scotland. Scotland, where it may cause some localised flooding. Heavy downpours for Cumbria as well. Elsewhere, the rain does tend to ease off later on Thursday, and milder than of late, temperatures finally up into double figures. Now, fortunately, Friday is looking like a much quieter day, but again, some rain for us to keep a close eye on. There's a chance that we could see some heavier showers nudging into the southwest of England again before the week is out. So that situation's still a pretty fragile one. Keep up to date as ever on the red button or on our website. But that's it from me for now. Hand you back to Sophie.
Susan, thank you very much. A reminder of tonight's main news. Heavy rain and gale-force winds have caused serious flooding in parts of Cornwall, with more than 100 homes evacuated and major disruption to road and rail links. It's nearly 6:30. Stay with us. Now it's time to join the BBC's news teams where you are. Bye-bye.